Hello there, it's Alana Tuckey, the lead faculty for Math 131, and I'm back to share more calculator knowledge. This time I'm going to be sharing with you how to do exponential regression, and I'm going to do a quick review of scattergrams because that's always useful, and how to enter data, again, always useful. All right, so I have here the federal debt for a variety of years, and like most problems that involve years, especially for this particular algebra book, there's a starter year somewhere. And if they don't give you one in the problem, then make it up yourself, because nobody, first of all, there was no year zero, but that's just not how the calendar works. But second of all, who wants to go all the way back to then, right? You want to kind of pick a year that makes sense. Now, in this case, it's 1960, fabulous time. All right, so let's do that. So we're going to go to the calculator. Oh, I'm sitting in here. I don't need that. So let me press Stat. And remember, you want number 1, edit. Since it's already dark, you can just press enter or you can press 1, either way. And I've already got the data set in here. If I had some old data set in there, I would go up and press clear and then enter. And then I would repeat for L2, right? But I actually wanted that data set, so let me bring that back real quick. There we go. So you just enter the data into L1 and L2. Beautiful. Now to make a scatter plot real quick. Now I know Excel did this beautiful job for us, but how would we do it on the calculator? Well, you go to y equals, and if there's any equations in here, you clear them out, but we don't have any equations, so I'm just going to go up to plot 1. Remember, that's the scatter plot for L1 and L2. And I press enter, and then I press zoom 9. Remember, zoom 9 is the stats zoom, and it makes a window fit perfectly to plot 1. So if you have your scatter plot on, zoom 9 works. If you do not have your scatter plot on, zoom 9 will not work for you. Okay. All right, so there it is. You can see that the points form this kind of arch, right? Which means exponential model will be a good bet for this particular one. There are other arches, of course, you got to be careful. Like there's logarithmic arches and parabola arches and stuff like that, which we'll learn about in some later chapters. But suffice it to say that right now we're doing good, right? So this is exponential. Beautiful. Okay, so then how do we find it? So now we've reviewed how to enter the data real quick under stat edit, and how to make a scattergram. That's under y equals. You turn the plot 1 on. So how do you find the exponential regression model? Well, you press stat, you go to calculate, and you skip over the one that we had before. In earlier chapters we worked with linear, but this data is not linear, so I'm going to keep going to that one right there, exponential regression. That's the one. So I press enter on that, and then just like with linear regression, I want L1 for my X list, L2 for my Y list. I mean, as long as you put your data in L1 and L2. I mean, if you used L3 and L4, then so be it. But generally you do L1 and L2. Always, always, always leave the frequency list blank. That's a more advanced statistics topic. It's not something we cover. The store regression equation, like most problems, is very sensible to store it. So you press variables, move to the right to y variables, pick number 1 function, and then you can pick any one of these you want, but generally you'd probably pick number 1, y1. So it's going to store that regression equation in y1. Then you move the cursor down to calculate, so it's blinking, and you press enter, and there it is, perfectly done, all found. There's your A and there's your B. So if I go to y equals, I can see it stored it in there, and there's more there. You can see the little arrow. That means that there's more equation over to the right somewhere. I just have to get to it with my right arrow. You press it enough, you'll get there. See, there's the times and so on, and then the very end should end up with a caret x if I get there. There it is, to the x. And if I go to the table, I can see all sorts of different values for it. See? So it starts off at 224, and then year 1, which would be 1961, it was 242, and so on. Now remember, if you want to get to another year, let's say, I don't know, I want to get to 1974. Well, that would be 14, and I don't feel like pressing the arrow to get down there. So I'm just going to go to the table start, which is table set right there, second table set, and then right there table start, and I can say start at 14, enter. And then when I go back to the table, it'll start at 14 for me. All right, I hope that helps. We've done a quick review of a whole bunch of different topics we covered in earlier videos, and you saw how to do exponential regression. See you back here for more videos.